Welcome to 360 Wellness. I'm your host, Andrea Barrett, and today we're talking about one of the latest, hottest nutrition supplements trending on social media. I'll give you a hint. It's green, it's grassy, it makes you feel really, really good. Any guesses? Welcome back to 360 Wellness. I'm your host, Andrea Barrett, and I am a nutrition and wellness expert. Specifically, I work with people who have prediabetes, who have trouble balancing their blood sugar, people headed towards a diabetic state. Why? As most of you know, I have a family history of type 2 diabetes. My grandmother had diabetes, my mother had diabetes, and my father diabetes. So I am personally dealing with, I'm having an all-out war against prediabetes and diabetes. So I like to work with clients, anyone who's having any issue with balancing their blood sugar or who just wants to learn how to eat healthier, learn any diet and lifestyle tips and techniques that will help them balance their blood sugar. So when I first went on this journey and went back to school and soaked up as much information as I could, I came across a lot of different diets and a lot of trends, a lot of fads, and a lot of information and misinformation. One thing that I came across a lot was making little changes in your diet and actually adding a lot more green things to your diet. So at the top of the show, I said we'd be talking about a plant, something grassy, something green, and something that will make you feel really, really good. I hope that you guessed it was chlorophyll. What else did I be talking about? Chlorophyll. So today we want to talk about what chlorophyll is, the benefits of chlorophyll, and what sort of nutrients you need to add into your diet, because you know, the weather's getting warmer, we're finally going to get outside, we want to make sure we're feeling good, we have a lot of energy, and for those of us who have some pandemic pounds or the COVID-15, we want to make sure that we're doing what we can to stay in tip-top, in great shape. So let's talk about chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is that green stuff that you will see in plants. So think back to science class. Remember back in the day, grade 6 science class, you're either doing an experiment or you're examining plants. You're looking at the leaves, you're talking about photosynthesis, and it's chlorophyll that gives plants that green color. Photosynthesis helps turn light into energy for plants. So chlorophyll is really high in antioxidants. Antioxidants are great for our body for so many reasons. An example I like to use is an apple. Most of us have seen this. You have an apple, you've cut it in half, and you're ready to eat it. So if you eat it right away, it's nice and bright, the flesh is a lighter color. When you leave it for a little while, it starts to brown on the inside. So what we're seeing right here, that is oxidation. Sure, we do whatever we can to prevent oxidation. How do we do that? By using a lot of antioxidants. So we know we can't turn back the hands of time, but we eventually want to make sure that we keep our cells internally and our skin as healthy as possible. So you can see the difference here. When we cut an apple and we leave it exposed to air for a while, oxidation, it gets brown. When we have it fresh, and you know, sometimes if you squeeze lemon juice, you can keep this nice and bright. So think of chlorophyll as an antioxidant doing the same thing to us internally. When you go grocery shopping, you're actually surrounded by chlorophyll. If you head over to your salad bar, you'll see it in spinach. You'll see it in a lot of green leafy vegetables. Alfalfa, you'll see it in asparagus, anything that's green and leafy. If you head over into the aisles in your grocery store, you will see that some products right on the label have put chlorophyll in there. You see it in products like toothpaste, products like mouthwash. You'll see it in breath mints. You'll see it in some chewing gum, and you will also sometimes find it in some skincare because it is an antioxidant. So one of the products I want to talk about today is chlorophyll. Here is a brand that I like that tastes really good, but again, completely up to you. I want to let everyone know I am not giving any medical advice, physician, or your primary physician if you have any questions. This show is not intended to diagnose, cure, or treat. We are simply sharing information and the rest is up to you. So when it comes to chlorophyll, it's green. Now, when I first got into nutrition and I was embracing all this good green stuff, asparagus, alfalfa, chlorophyll, green grapes, green peppers, green kiwi, all sorts of great things. Sometimes some people are a little put off by these green things. I will let you know that when I poured some of this chlorophyll earlier today, the producer of this show had a funny expression on his face. He's not into the green stuff yet, but we're gonna get you there, Kenny. So this is chlorophyll. This is a product that has chlorophyll in it. You will see that it is green. I'm gonna pour some water in my glass. Chlorophyll as a supplement, the proper name is chlorophyllin, and there are two types, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, can be supplemented through capsules or tablets, can be found in powdered form, and can also be found in liquid. So here's a glass, it's filled with water. I'm going to add just a little bit as a plain flavor. So you can, if you're not a water drinker, as we all need, about 8 glasses a day, by adding a little bit of chlorophyll to your water, or a little bit of cucumber or basil or cinnamon, whatever you need to add infuse into your water so that you can drink more, I highly recommend. This is mint flavored, but you can also find natural flavored, or there are some brands that have an apple flavored. Simply put some of this into your water bottle, keep it with you all day long, drink on it, sip on it. It has a lot of great benefits. So this is a glass of chlorophyll. You can find this at your local health food store or your local grocery store, or you can order it online from wherever you do your shopping for natural health products. Remember, it can come in capsules or tablets. You can find it in liquid format. You can sometimes find it in tincture. How important it is for the antioxidants to keep your cells healthy. Studies show that incorporating more chlorophyll into your diet is great for your cells. We're talking about your red blood cells. Your red blood cells carry oxygen throughout your body. The healthier your red blood cells are, the more oxygen is being circulated throughout your body. You can also find chlorophyll not just in a supplement. If you have a really well-rounded diet full of good green things. If you like salads, some people I find when they start off eating salads are eating a lot of iceberg lettuce, which is great. Congratulations for eating the iceberg lettuce. At least you're having a salad. I encourage you to get a little more adventurous. Add some spinach, add some romaine, add some arugula, add some different green things or purple things. Give yourself more opportunity to get some more chlorophyll in your body. You should also know that there are a lot of great benefits touted to having more chlorophyll in your body, even if you are just supplementing it with it just by putting it in your glass and sipping on it throughout the day. Increase in energy, increase in metabolism, increase in immune function, according to some nutritionists and medical professionals, and healthy skin. I hear that's what happened on TikTok is there were a lot of either influencers or people who have had fantastic success using chlorophyll for their skin, for foul odor, or just for increased energy. So again, I encourage you to visit your local medical professional or do your own due diligence and research if you wanted some more information. How do you get more chlorophyll? Using green things. The trick about juicing fruits and vegetables is we tend to always gravitate towards the sweet things. I find that when people are having smoothies, it's oranges and bananas and mangoes and pineapples and strawberries, which is good. That all sounds great, but you should make sure by juicing or having that as a smoothie, you could also be inadvertently having too much sugar and spiking your blood sugar levels. You want to make sure you're getting a lot of greens, a lot of astringent type vegetables. So when you're doing a smoothie or having a juice, put some cucumber in there, put some wheatgrass in there, put some alfalfa in there, put some spinach in there. Don't be turned off by the color. A green smoothie is a good smoothie. You put handfuls of spinach in there. You won't be able to taste it, but at least you know you're getting a lot of great. And we talked about odor. It's been said that adding more chlorophyll to your diet will help with body odor. Think of it as an internal deodorizer or like an internal deodorant. So for either bad breath or bad body odor or just an unpleasant smell, if you supplement with chlorophyll or use products that contain chlorophyll, think of it as an internal deodorizer that should be able to give you some benefits. But I want to encourage you to be careful with how much you have. There is such thing as having too much of a good thing. If you have too much chlorophyll, really too much of anything, it can cause some intestinal cramping. So you want to make sure you read the label of whatever product you're taking and that you consume the right amounts. And always start small. Start with a small glass. Start with half a glass. Just try a teaspoon or a tablespoon, or just follow the instructions on the product to make sure it's something that you like, that's palatable, and that's tolerable for you. When we talk about antioxidants, and I gave you an example when I talked about sources of antioxidants, are blueberries. When this pandemic is over, let's you and I get together and have some blueberries. I love blueberries. My smoothies tend to take on a blue color or a green color because I can't put enough blueberries in the smoothies. Very, very high in antioxidants. Chlorophyll, for example, has over 100 times more antioxidants than blueberries. Very good. So all the more reason why I love spinach, and all the more reason why great supplements like this are really good to have. A great antioxidant, and we all know why. We want to keep ourselves looking more like this and less like this. So let's talk about some other great benefits of chlorophyll. So it absorbs toxins. So toxins tend to be, as some people think, a precursor to illness by consuming a diet that has benefits. Another benefit is that although it's not a laxative, it does help in normalizing the effect of intestinal transit. So if you are dehydrated and you are not having regular and frequent bowel movements, there could be a whole host of reasons. One primarily is you could be dehydrated simply by increasing the amount of liquid that you're consuming. And if you're not a water person, and I'll be honest, I was not a water person growing up. I was that little kid that wanted to drink a lot of juice. A lot of juice. Then I was that teenager who really, really liked soda. A lot of soda. Water is your best friend. It's good for your skin, it's good for your hair, it's good for your blood, it's good for your mood, it's good for your joints, it's good for everything. So make sure you're getting more. If you just can't stand the taste of water, you got to jazz it up. That's what I tell all my clients. Jazz up your water if plain water isn't your thing. Jazz it up by adding some flavored chlorophyll, or add a slice of orange, add some basil, add a cinnamon stick, add a raspberry, add a lime or a lemon, add whatever you need to add to jazz it up and get you to consume more. By consuming more, that will help speed up intestinal transit, and it's also shown that chlorophyll has some benefits, although it's not a laxative, so don't think of it that way and don't try to take it for those purposes. Chlorophyll has some anticarcinogenic properties, and if this is something that is interest or of concern of yours, I would encourage you to check out some PubMed articles and do some research. Chlorophyll also increases the production of white blood cells. So we talked about how great it is for red blood cells because red blood cells carry all the oxygen throughout our body. Our white blood cells, they're the ones that help us fight any kind of infection or trauma to the body. So that is also a great benefit. The components of chlorophyll or chlorophyllin are anti-inflammatory. So there is a theory or concept that inflammation is the root cause of disease. Inflammation is caused for a wide range of reasons. Sometimes it's your diet, it's what you're eating. You're eating a lot of foods that are provoking an inflammatory response in your body. Typically, the things we want to avoid, depending on how far along your inflammation journey is, could be nightshades, could be a lot of the same foods that spike your blood sugar. We're talking about white rice and white pasta and white sugar and anything that provokes an inflammatory. Chlorophyll are anti-inflammatory, and it accelerates healing and also helps with wound healing. So I read an article that said, I think it was in the 40s and the 50s, they noticed that when people had some wounds, topical wounds, if they had put chlorophyll on top, that it helped speed up the healing process. Also, in that same time period, there were nurses that had patients that had foul smells. So by topically putting chlorophyll on or making the patients ingest some chlorophyll, they found that the foul odor dissipated. So that is, there's some history and some science to chlorophyll. Actually, it says it right here, in the 1940s, that's when they showed that chlorophyllin slowed the growth of certain anaerobic bacteria. They found this in test tubes. So a lot of the studies done on chlorophyll, not a lot of human studies, a lot of studies on animals and on cells, but the results have been positive. Another benefit is it's a regulator of intestinal fermentation. So mycosis, which is candida, is caused by a lot of antibiotics, could be diet related, could be because of the hormones, could be because of a lot of steroids. So consuming chlorophyll in your diet on a regular basis, and trust me, it's an elegant way to consume your chlorophyll can help. So we just talked about a dozen different benefits to adding chlorophyll to your diet, everything from healing wounds to acting as an internal deodorizer to providing more antioxidants. Right after this break, I'll share some more information about chlorophyll and my other favorite product, some greens. Be right back.
This is not your regular show. It is an interactive section powered by the masses.
Why you go to Nigeria? You wake up, you go come. I just said now, I don't go to Nigeria.
Where we discuss issues that cut across politics, security, health, current affairs, governance, and so much more. Slices of humor to keep you entertained and thrilled. We are the GPKM Street Talk Team.
Welcome back to 360 Wellness. So today, and you all guessed correct, yes, it's chlorophyll. So that's what we talked about before the break. I want to talk about the other green, or just sort of a family of greens. When going to your health food store or your grocery store or just doing any sort of shopping, I realize a lot of people aren't consuming a lot of green anything. Not a lot of green fruits, not a lot of green vegetables, and typically our plates are, quite frankly, they're beige. There are potatoes, they're either baked or they're fried. We're all having French fries. Things are breaded. There's not a lot of color on our plates. We need colorful, vibrant plates full of fruits and vegetables because that's where all the great antioxidants are. If you're, I'm going to say, green vegetable averse, there are those of you who are not consuming broccoli or Brussels sprouts or cabbage or arugula or bok choy. Just the sounds of those foods are making me hungry and are so good for you. But for those of you who are a little squeamish, kind of like our producer Kenny, or just not a lover of green fruits and vegetables, you rest assured you can still get all these great nutrients in your body and you can get a green supplement. There's several green supplements on the market. You can get them in powdered form. You can get them in frozen form. You can juice them yourself if you're the wheatgrass type, if you have a juicer at home, if you have a blender. If you put all the good green stuff in your blender, the cucumber, the kiwi, the romaine, the spinach, you put all that stuff in there, you can make your own green drinks. If you are pressed for time and it's not your thing, you don't have a blender, you're quick and go, visit your local store, grocery store, health food store, purchase online a supplement. Here's an example of a liquid green supplement, one that I quite like. It's apple flavored and it contains a lot of good green things. A lot of things, quite frankly, some of you are not putting on your, and spirulina and chlorella and dulse and kelp are all part of the seaweed family. There aren't a lot of people consuming a lot of seaweed right now, but there are lots of great benefits. This stuff is really good for you. You can find this in your green supplements. Spirulina, chlorella, kelp, or dulse. A lot of good vegetables that some of you aren't eating either. We're talking about barley, wheatgrass, alfalfa, that's from the grass family. And then lots of great fruits, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, goji berries. And then we want some extracts. Antioxidants that will keep us looking and feeling great. Good for our insides and good for our outsides. We want green tea extract. We want grapeseed extract. We want ginkgo. We want to make sure we're having probiotics. Probiotics are the good bacteria, the stuff that we want in our gut that will displace all of the bad bacteria that will keep us regular, that will keep us humming, keep everything in your local health food store or your grocery store to find a good green supplement. This is one example. You just need to add a little bit to a glass. You can dilute it with water. There's no mess, no fuss. You don't need to get your juicer out or your blender out. Simply pour some in a glass. And you know, personally, I'm about the aesthetic. You pour yourself whatever you're drinking in a nice glass, you're gonna feel better and you're going to drink it and it's going to be good for you. So this product here has everything I just mentioned. It's got blueberries and raspberries. You also wanna make sure you're getting a lot of the grasses we talked about. You wanna make sure your greens have probiotics in there, and it's tasty. If it's not very tasty, it's gonna be hard to go down. If you don't wanna drink it straight, you can add it to a smoothie, or if you are a juicer, you can combine the two, or if it's powdered, you can put it in your smoothie or your shake. I'm big on protein powders and protein shakes. So in the morning when I'm having my smoothie, I put everything in there. I will add my coconut milk or my nut milk. I will make sure there's lots of romaine or spinach or kale in there. Put my blueberries, put some flax seeds, put some hemp seeds. Pack it up and make it really nutrient dense. It'll give you a lot of energy and keep you going in the morning. You also want to know you can find either the chlorella or your greens product ground. So basically, we're taking the leaf, it's being dried, and then it is either juiced or it's dehydrated. So that is how we get it. You can purchase any of these supplements in the dried format, or you can purchase them in the liquid format, or you can purchase them as capsules and maybe even as tablets when you visit your local store. I have a special prize or a guest for two, not of chlorella, and a bottle of these super greens. Very, very delicious. So we know that this is a worldwide program and there are listeners and viewers right across the globe. So we encourage you to enter a contest to win one of two. Very simple to enter. We would like you to download our app. Visit our website, download our app, which you can get on iOS or Android, take a picture of it, and then send us an email. Our email is contests@gbkm.fm. Contests with an S, plural, @gbkm.fm. Again, really, really simple to enter. This one's easy. All you have to do is download our app, take a picture of you watching today's show, and we will do a draw next Monday and we'll announce our winners. Not one, but two winners. One will win a bottle of Chlorophyll and the other will win a bottle of our Super Greens liquid, just for you to try, because we want to make sure, the whole purpose of our show is we want to keep everyone as healthy as possible. The purpose of 360 Wellness is to teach you different tips and strategies and techniques to make you better. Look, the times we're living in now, our health has never been more top of mind or more important. Anything we can do to help our community and help everyone globally to be a little better and a little healthier is what our goal is. We want to bring you tips and strategies and techniques, bring you recipes, introduce you to different diets and different wellness professionals where you can learn something new every day. Our whole goal and our whole time, stay healthy, and please enter the contest, and we'll see you all next week.
This is not your regular show. It is an interactive section powered by the masses.
You go to Nigeria, you wake up, you go come. Ask yourself now, I don't go to Nigeria.
Where we discuss issues that cut across politics, security, health, current affairs, governance, and so much more. Slices of humor to keep you entertained and thrilled. We are the GPKM Street Talk Team.